Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we talk about all things fandom and we talk about it in a positive way. So if that's something that interests you, you've come to the right place and we are so glad to have you here. Now today we're going to be doing our news show where we talk about all the news across the fandom. So sit back and enjoy. We have a great show for you. Okay, so our first order of business today is to talk a little bit about the next-gen consoles. They will, because of the demand that has come about due to the pandemic and the lack of availability, they have yet to catch up. And it doesn't look like they're going to catch up in time for Christmas this year. So that will indeed still be a high demand thing, but you know, don't resort to getting them from scalpers or anything like that. These people on the internet, they're just going to charge you 3 times, 4 times what it's worth. I don't think that you're going to get your money's worth just yet because they know the system isn't widely available. The people who do have the system may be enjoying the few games that they can get on it, but the real joy of it all will come to fruition when it is widely available. So just kind of wait around and make sure that it does have a fair amount of games before you are rushing out to buy it, because it doesn't look like this Christmas is going to be the year that the next gen consoles are going to be widely available. And I know that's not a very positive news story, but unfortunately it's true. Now, we do have another sad news story to start us out. Clarence Williams III, the star of such things as the Mod Squad series, has died. He died at the age of 81 on June 4th. And he has 99 credits to his IMDb page. So, obviously he's done a lot of movies. He's been around for a long time. The Mod Squad show was this great show from the 70s. They remade it into a movie. The movie really doesn't do all that great. It's still an okay movie. It's got some good action scenes, but it lacks the joy of the series. It's kind of like you're watching the 21 Jump Street movies and then turning around and watching the 21 Jump Street series. But that being said, with Clarence Williams III dying recently of colon cancer, let's take a minute to honor him and drop me a comment in the comment box. What movie do you most remember him for? I'd like to hear it. For me personally, it's Tales from the Hood. I remember him in Tales from the Hood, and that one's always kind of stuck with me. I do remember him from TV Land on the Mod Squad series when I had a little bit of obsession with that series. Being a TV fanatic, I go through these moments where I have obsessions with certain TV shows. One of the more recent ones that I went through the entire series of was Dark Shadows. And then now I'm kind of doing Alias with Jennifer Garner, but doing it kind of very slowly. Speaking of Jennifer Garner, that brings us to our next topic, Bennifer. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez continue to be spotted out. I, for one, as you know, love this idea. Go Bennifer. Wonderful couple. Still, let me know what you think in the comments. And I know he should still be with Jennifer Garner. A lot of people really do believe that. And yeah, him and Jennifer Garner were a great couple for a long time, but they still are the best of friends, so can't cry too much on that. Now, Prince Harry, some royal news. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle welcomed their new baby, Lil Bit Diana. And the name Lil Bit is a nickname that has long been used for Queen Elizabeth. And of course, the Diana part is to honor his mother, the late, great Princess Diana. So, there's that. I think that's wonderful news, and hopefully this means that the events of the past couple of months are kind of getting behind them, and we are going to see the royal family once more united, because let's face it, you have the royal family united, how cool is it? So, let me know what you think about their child's name or that story in general. Want to hear from you. Wow. Okay. So then it takes all types. And, sometimes the fandoms and celebrities are self-made. Like Logan Paul. I guess he has a big fandom. He has one of the biggest YouTube channels around. He's recently made some news doing boxing events and all this. In fact, he's been saying he hasn't stopped boxing since he boxed the other YouTuber a few years back. But that being said, Sunday he jumped in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. Wow. Okay. Color me just a little bit impressed. I don't think I'd jump in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. Now, I'm not saying that I think that Logan Paul is a beast or anything, but dude bulked up pretty big. He's looking like he can hold his own a little bit. I believe he's been doing some boxing and all that. I was actually impressed that Floyd Mayweather came out of retirement to go a couple rounds with him. The thing of it is that a lot of fans were disappointed because they said there was no winner. In fact, it was actually determined that there wouldn't be a winner unless one of them won by knockout, which of course didn't happen, much to the dismay of Logan Paul haters everywhere. I mean, love him or hate him, he knows how to make his videos go viral. From going through the forest of the dead to having a party on the streets. Was it him that had a party on the streets? I think so. And wrecking the house, going through the mall, rioting. He's done some pretty crazy things. Now, if he does legit things like fight Floyd Mayweather to get the bigger views, then yeah, okay, I'm all for that. You're not going to hear me say, I'll go a couple rounds with Floyd Mayweather, because unfortunately, your boy knows he'd get knocked out. I am not a fighter, people. Unless it's D&D. Then I might be. But that being said, moving on to the next topic. The next topic is the iOS. Apple has released iOS 15. Now, iOS 15 has a bunch of really cool features. I don't know, a lot of people have Apple. It's one of the biggest products out there, so I don't know that it qualifies as anything we can say is fandom other than maybe a tech type of fandom. So if you're into technology, then yeah, this story might be for you. They have a new thing for their FaceTime where it will make it sound like you are legitimately in the room with the people you're talking to. Now, I don't know how how big of a thing is that? How much does that really count that you feel like you're in the room with the people you're FaceTiming with? Um, isn't seeing them and talking to them enough? Do we have to feel like we are right there in the room? That for me is not really a deal breaker. The sound is good and I can hear you on the phone, then I'm a happy camper. But it will also allow you to do like a grid so that you can see everybody at once. Like if you're doing multiple people on one FaceTime call, which is kind of cool. There's something going on where they're going to do a cross-platform to it as well, where like you could send a link to somebody who's on a different system or on their computer and they can actually join you on the call. Okay, I'm not going to lie, that's a little cool. I'm all about cross-platform in gaming and in technology. The fact that there's some places and people you can't play with or talk to because you can't cross-platform is something that kind of annoys me. You know, I believe that all games that play online should make a cross-platform feature because you want to be able to get the most out of every gamer. And, you know, we can't all have all the same devices all the time. So I guess that's a really big thing. And one of the other things that they're going to do is like they're going to allow you to have music over your photos. So you'll be looking through your photos and you can go into iTunes, and I think you can actually select your own, but they have pre-designed ones too. So even with just the pre-designed ones, I don't know who this feature's for. I mean, yeah, okay, I could see where it might be cool if you're flipping through your features or you're flipping through your stuff on your iPad. Um, or, you know, I guess even your iPhone, if it's available for your iPhone as well. And I think all of this stuff is pretty much available for both. But, you know, just the fact that you can flip through and, you know, kind of have that going on, have music in the background, that's not a bad thing. I just don't know that it's a feature that I will use a whole lot. Now, what's really cool is they have a share play where you can be watching like Disney Plus or something, and you can actually let people watch with you. I guess that's on the FaceTime part of it mostly, but, you know, that's kind of cool. Because think about how many times you really want to watch something with someone. And the thing about this is it syncs up perfect. You know, it's a nice throwback to when we used to have to be really clever. We'd be on the phone. Are you watching? All right. Get ready because yeah, I'm gonna cue it up. All right. Hold on, I'm gonna pause. I have to go get a snack and go to the bathroom real quick, and then we'll get started. All right, yeah. Okay, so I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, yeah. Okay, queuing it up. Okay. Yeah. Okay, click. What part are you to? Did you start a second before me? You don't have to worry about that. That whole second before them doesn't matter. You know, and anybody in that can pause the entire video. So, like, you get up to go to the bathroom or get yourself some popcorn, as we should, you know, you can say, I'm going to pause it, click, going to get something, be right back, friends. You know, so you do that whole number and you're good. Everybody pauses with you, no harm, no foul. That's kind of a really cool feature that I think is needed. So then it has it to where other people can send you music. They can send you music from a link, I guess, and, you know, in your messages or wherever, and you are actually able to play this music and maybe put it in your own playlist. Okay, if that's true, I kind of like that one. I don't understand how they're gonna do that, if there's gonna be restrictions or whatever, but if you can take that and put it in your playlist without any problems at all, that's a go. That's an awesome. Now, the other cool feature for like the phone will be that if you're using it on a picture and there's writing on the picture, you can click and just take that writing out. So you'll have that writing. So like say someone's standing in front of a restaurant and you want to go to that restaurant or you want to see that menu, you'll click, boom, that text will come out. It will also do it with phone numbers. If somebody has a phone number that's on the picture, like I don't know why that would be a case. If it's like on the side of a truck they've sent you a picture of, click click, you know. Or if you just have that random person going, here's my number, holding up a sign, you can click that and it will take that number and you will be able to call them from that. That's a little cool. That could be a little bit on the creepy side too, however. So it may be that you want to start thinking about what you are putting out just a little bit more because that's kind of crazy. Now, one other thing that they're going to be doing is the Google Translate across the whole thing is going to be updated. So you have Google Translate be able to help you to learn and write other languages. But in addition to that, it's actually going to be able to translate in real time, apparently. This is cool. This is really cool. I want to be able to hold my phone, hit a button, be in a foreign country, and know what they're saying. Like, that's really cool. I'm down for that one. Now, our next bit of news comes from, that's just a couple cool features I think of, so our next bit of news is that NASA has announced 2 new missions to Venus in 2028 and 2030. Okay, why so long, yo? Can we put a rush on that? Because like I totally want to see that. We're going to be traveling to Venus. How cool is that? Come on, Branson, up the ante. Let's get out there sooner because I want that to happen. And SpaceX has sent some arrays up to a space station. So they actually recently sent them up and had them land on a space station, which is actually kind of a cool thing anyway. You get to see something actually land on the space station. So that happened, and that's really cool. Now that brings us kind of to our last story of the week. And for this one, I kind of do have to say spoilers. Because we're going to be talking about a couple comic books here. We're going to be talking about the War of the Bounty Hunters. And it's pretty cool because what it is it takes place when Han Solo is frozen in carbonite. So you have Han Solo frozen. He's being held hostage, by Boba Fett, who's getting ready to take him in his new icicle form to the great Jabba the Hutt. Well, this is where things go awry because we know that ultimately he ends up with Jabba the Hutt and he ends up being rescued by Princess Leia and all of them. Now, this is where I have to say spoilers because in order to talk about this, we're going to have to talk about some of the surprises and shocks that happen and what exactly it means when you say the war of the bounty hunters. So what is it? Well, it's simple. On his way to bring Han Solo to Jabba the Hutt, someone steals Han Solo. Now, it's very important to realize that when you say someone steals Han Solo, nobody steals from Jabba the Hutt. Nobody steals from Jabba the Hutt. And nobody in the universe would dare to cross the great Boba Fett. This kind of harkens back to the Mandalorian when we see just how beast he really is. You know, we got that Boba Fett that we know now why he was one of the most feared bounty hunters in the galaxy. Well, this comic book goes to show you more of that. Someone actually has the nerve to steal from Boba Fett. So they're going to take this, they're going to take Jabba the Hutt. And what they end up doing is Jabba the Hutt realizes that someone else has his bounty. Someone else has Boba Fett's bounty. Now, what Jabba the Hutt thinks is that, you know, maybe Boba Fett's double-crossed him. Boba Fett has sold Solo to someone else. This is no. You don't do that to Jabba the Hutt. So Jabba the Hutt calls forth all of his fellow Hutts, and they put out a bounty on Boba Fett. So Jabba the Hutt puts out this bounty on Boba Fett. He goes to talk to the other Hutts. Meanwhile, all of a sudden, Zuckuss and Forlom, two of the bounty hunters you see in Empire, that bug one, and then that one droid that looks like a bug, who's actually a protocol droid bounty hunter, they go and they come at him. Well, he takes them down. He gets Forlom and he brings them onto the ship. And he's like, you're going to tell me everything I need to know, or I'm going to kill you. I'm going to dismantle you completely. There's going to be nothing left. So basically, the droid's like, I could be of help to you. I'll help you out. So he turns and he tells Boba Fett that, hey, I know who put the bounty on you. So Boba Fett marches up to Jabba's palace. And he comes in and Bib Fortuna, the little minion, the Twi'lek minion, comes out and he's like, Jabba is not here, man. He's left for the week. He went on vacation. No, he says Jabba's not here. Jabba went to go talk to some other Hutts. So, Boba Fett's like, whoa. I want to know why he put a bounty out on me. And so, Bib Fortuna kind of explains, Bib Fortuna, he kind of explains why. And he's like, this is why. I put out a bounty on you because, Jabba's put out a bounty on you because he thinks you sold Solo to someone else. So now, Boba Fett's like, I am one of the most wanted men in the world here. But as he's coming up to Jabba's palace, he just sort of chucks Forlom's head off to the side. And he's like, yeah, I don't need you anymore, And it's really cool because you get the sense that he's going to, like, totally go crazy on the people in Jabba's castle. And he lets them tell him what's going on. Now, meanwhile, we're seeing kind of this group that has taken Solo, and we're seeing Jabba's people kind of talk, and they're talking about if these people that, if this is who, if this person that contacted me is who they say they are, then we're in trouble. And his other Hutts are like, no, 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 no. These people have been dead a long time. And if they're saying that, if they are who they say they are, then we will do what the Hutts do. We will kick butt, take names, and we will wreck them. So what actually ends up happening is after they go to do that, after they go to have that conversation, we see the people that took Solo. And when we see them, all of a sudden there's this big reveal. The person in this dark robe we've been seeing the whole time throughout the comics this person kind of pulls back their robe, and you don't really know who it's gonna be until the scene, and then you figure out that it is in fact Kira from the Solo movie, looking like a liar at a witch trial. So she looks good for her age. Han Solo aged a little bit. Kira looks just like she did in the movie, which, okay, not gonna judge. People in the comics actually just decided to draw her and make her look sort of like that because they could. I get it. We should have seen her age a little bit, but if we did that, then we wouldn't know who it was. It's important that we knew exactly who this was the first time we saw her, and it looks amazing. So then she says, yeah, we here at the Crimson Dawn, we want to be your friend, Jabba. So she's kind of like, just doing this whole thing where they're gonna work possibly with some of the bigger people. So now you have the bounty hunters coming after Boba Fett. You have the Crimson Dawn's gonna be going up against him. Which this might actually be some of why we're leading into the Book of Boba Fett. We get to see some of the Book of Boba Fett with him going back to Jabba's palace. And, there was rumors going around for a long time that he would sort of implant himself as the new underworld leader, kind of like, Darth Maul was during the Solo film. And now you have Kira. And this presents a whole other type of story arc, because now if Kira's still alive during the events between Empire and Return of the Jedi, is it potentially possible she's still alive during the events of the sequels? Well, we don't know that, but it makes for something crazy to think about, because Crimson Dawn kind of, they've been gone for a while at this point, and then they rise back up. It'd be really cool to see some comics going forward where maybe we get an older Kira, or if Kira dies, maybe we see someone else come in to do the Crimson Dawn and bring this into the newer sequels. Like there's this underbelly of deceit and just criminal activity going on, and it's the Crimson Dawn all over again. Because the Crimson Dawn has never been quite like the Empire. These are basically the mafia of the Star Wars universe. These are the underworld people, the absolute horrible criminals, the people that even the space pirates in Star Wars universe actually fear. These are the people who make things happen behind the scenes, who steal things out from under the bounty hunters and all of this. How dangerous is it to think that they could still be alive as of the sequel trilogy? So that being said, you have the prelude right here, and that is in Darth Vader number 12. Now, it continues on in the first of its own, which is Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters, issue 1. And it's really great. It's got some awesome artwork in it. Highly recommend checking it out. I mean, check this out. So this is Kira. And she's hiding underneath this robe. And I don't know, to me, when I first started reading it and I was looking through it, I was like, okay, this is obviously a girl. But, you know, they kind of made you wonder a little bit at times. So then, you know, you have some really great artwork in here. Just really, really great artwork. Jabba the Hutt going up and, Boba Fett going up to Jabba's castle and being like, hey, you know, and you can tell he's getting ready to be like, I'm going to kill you guys, you know. He's very much willing to kill them all. So then, of course, all the people in the galaxy, and this is a great scene here from it, great artwork, where you just see all the people together, all the different people that you can see in the galaxy kind of looking. And what I like especially is way over in the corner here, yeah, my boy Chewbacca talking with Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia and Lando. And they're kind of like, well, you know, what's going on? You know, how do we know we can get Han Solo back? And they're like, you can. And then on the flip side of it, you have Darth Vader kind of looking over on the other side too, like, yeah. And then you know, there's the reveal. You know, there's the reveal with her actually looking all Kira-like, just like in the movie. So totally Liar at a Witch Trial. Very cool. Check it out. It's a new ongoing series from Marvel. I guess it's going to be ongoing at least for a while. Who knows how long? I mean, I'm sure I could figure that out and find out, but it just kind of started and I wasn't even thinking about how many episodes there's going to be. But super excited to see how that goes going forward. And that being said, that will end our video for the day. But before we go, remember here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and drop me a comment, because your comments do help. We're going to make this video grow so we're going to make this channel grow so we can make a difference in the world. So drop me a comment, like button, subscribe button, and of course that little notification bell so you know when we do our next video. And we'll see you next time, everybody. In the meantime, most important of all, don't forget, be safe out there.